Hey folks, how you doing? My girlfriend has an intense staff meeting over Zoom right now in the apartment, so I walked down here. Thought I'd try to get a video off. I was sitting down here, not on this little dock, but on a different one this past Sunday. And on Thanksgiving, even though my family didn't come out, we decided, you know what, let's still cook the big meal. We spent a fortune, it's something to do. We'll have leftovers. So I cooked the turkey and the gravy. My girlfriend did all the sides. It turned out amazing. It was exhausting. And then the next day we went over and got together with some friends in a backyard and brought them some leftovers. And that was fun, big social event. And then the next day, so that was Saturday, on Sunday, my girlfriend had a whole nother social thing planned, but I just was like, I'm just gonna tap out today and just do my own thing. You should go. So she left, and I came down, sat down here by the water in one of these benches, thinking just have a nice, quiet Sunday to myself. And then this pigeon walks up, and it has pretty much handcuffs of trash on, like a string. Sorry, it's probably too windy. This video is going to be terrible. It has handcuffs of trash, like a string has wrapped itself around both of its ankles. And you could tell it's been there for a while. I'm sitting there looking at this poor pigeon that has garbage shackles on. Just thinking, man, life is fucking hard, you know? And it like walks away, and I'm just relaxing, enjoying the sunshine. And I look over, and this guy, he's like a big white guy, big tall white guy with dark brown hair. And him and his wife are looking at the same sad pigeon with trash shackles on its poor legs. And I see them looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, I saw it too. And then his wife leaves, and he's just sitting there looking at it. And then at a certain point, he comes over, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Do you have a pocket knife?" And I nodded my head yes, in a way to convey like, yep, let's do it. Let's try to help this thing. I didn't think there was any way we would catch it. I don't think he was from New York. English was definitely his second language, and his confidence that we were going to catch it was pretty high. And my whole thing in my head was like, their whole thing is to not be caught by just the weird person that wants to catch him in that weird moment. They get chased all the time by somebody. But I was like, okay, I'm in. So we're sitting there making a plan to try to cut this thing's trash shackles off. I thought I was having just a quiet Sunday, and now I'm fully committed to a pigeon rescue mission. So the first plan, I was thinking maybe call like animal control. One time I was walking somewhere, and I saw this cat that had either just been attacked or hit by a truck or something horrific. And it was under a car just suffering, and I was like, oh my God. And I figured out how to call animal control real quick, and I told them about it, and they were like, all right, we'll come out and fix it. So at first I was like, maybe I can call this number, but then quickly I realized that would be totally insane and sound like literally a crazy pigeon person. Just, hi, I need help, there's a pigeon, I'm in the park. I'm sure they have a cutoff too with who they help, at cats or ferrets or something. And so I was like, all right, that's not gonna work. And he had thick leather winter gloves. It's been getting cold, it's freezing right now. So he had thick leather gloves. I didn't have gloves, so we figured whoever is going to clip the rope to set him free or hold him down, do the bulk of whatever that looks like, should be wearing the big leather gloves. So then the plan became he was going to go and find a stick while I waited and made sure the bird didn't walk away, like we lose it. So he goes in to find a stick. I'm sitting here watching this bird with string tied around its legs. He comes back with a pretty good stick, better than I thought he would find around here. It's probably 5 feet long, pretty good. And so the plan was to stick it through the bird's legs, like get close enough and then jab it through the legs and then press the rope to the ground and then like step on the stick so the bird would be trapped by the rope, and then maybe let it flail for a few seconds, tire out, give him the gloves, and he has the gloves, give him the knife, and then he, hopefully without hurting the thing, cuts the rope, it flies away free at last, and that was the plan. And so he gets down in total like ready position, and he's slowly crouching and crawling over towards the pigeon, trying to do it slow to not scare it. I'm behind ready, I wasn't going to pull the knife out until we needed it, but I'm ready, sitting there, also thinking like this has got to be a ridiculous scene. Someone's going to walk by and see 2 guys with a stick, possibly a knife, going for a pigeon. Probably going to think, dang, the pandemic is really hitting some people hard this time around. And he gets close to it, and he goes for it, and it flies away. And we both just stood up. All of a sudden, it seemed absurd to be in the posture already, and we were like, all right, fixed your collar. And I was like, well, hey, we tried. And he was like, yeah. And then you could tell he didn't want to bring the stick with him, but wouldn't have been cool to just throw it where we were, so he just walked away with the stick. And I just sat back down on the bench, and about 2 minutes later, the pigeon came back and landed on the rail right in front of me. I just was like, well, man, you kind of blew it. We tried. But it didn't look skinnier than the other ones, and it looked like it had adapted. And I don't know, it would have been hard to pull it off without hurting the thing, I think. So I'm a little bit relieved that's what happened. But that was my Sunday. I hope it wasn't too windy. I'll see you guys soon. Why? Stiven, why? Shamita.